Welcome to part 2 of the clone component devices. Last time I reviewed this GC Video DVI, which runs on a Pluto 2X HDMI board, which I'm holding right here. I couldn't get it to work on any TVs. I was using that monitor over there. This was a great little board. I don't have anything to complain about it. It did as advertised. It produced a progressive signal from my Gamecube, and it gave me digital audio. The only problem was I was only able to use it on a computer monitor. So what do I have today? Today, I have a Shuriken video, which is made by Happy Bunny over at GC Forever, and he's also on GBAtemp.net. This PCB had to be made by hand by myself. You must order the PCBs from any PCB maker of your choice, but I went with Osh Park, and their thing is purple. It's not my choice of color, but that's their thing. I had to get 3 boards minimum, so I have 1, 2, 3. This one I actually have for sale at gcforever.com, and I also have it for sale at gbatemp.net. I'm just selling it for what I paid for all the parts and everything for $25, which is a lot better than $300 for a component cable. The only problem is you got to solder it in, which a lot of people just don't even want anything to do with soldering. So it might be up for sale for a while, but it's fine. I'm not in no rush. So you notice that I'm using a TV. That's the biggest change here. We were able to use a TV on the Shuriken, but we can't use it on the Pluto. And also, we're not going to have any on-screen display menu because Happy Bunny went with a X-Links 50A Spartan chip. This one has a X-Links 200A Spartan chip. The biggest difference here is what it can do, how much it can hold, and the biggest thing is price, cost. The thing about the Shuriken products is he's always going for economy over features. When I built this board, when I first built it, he didn't come out with sound yet for it. The sound is outputted on that pin right there. Much like the Pluto board, which outputted sound on 78, I think. Yeah, 78 pin. Everything is mostly the same with picture quality, sound quality, that kind of stuff. It's just that you're able to use this on a TV, which is that's what I wanted. I wanted to be able to use this in my room, lay down in bed and play some games, not use a goddamn computer monitor. So let me fire this up. I'm going to boot in the Swiss here. Alright, I already showed you guys Twilight Princess, so let's put on something different. Let's put on some F-Zero. Controller. I'm just going to force the video mode. It'll still ask you if you want progressive. Yes. Try to play this with one hand. Not bad for one hand. Alright, let's turn this off. Alright, I got another Gamecube here. To cut this out. Alright, now I just want to plug all this stuff. Alright. Put that down there. Now, this is my Wasp Fusion Gamecube with a Mega Drive V5. It sticks out a little bit farther, the PCB does, because of all the stuff I have crammed in here. I couldn't really push it back any farther. So, you know, it sticks out a little bit more, not by much. But it's still a lot less noticeable than the Pluto board. Okay. So let's power this on. Okay, boot straight in the Swiss. I have an SD card right here in the laser track. It wasn't my idea. I kind of stole the idea from somebody I saw that did it too, but I think it looks pretty cool. The only problem with looks like it froze there. I probably shouldn't have took the SD out. Okay. Let's try it again. try Mario Kart Double Dash. You can go up to 576p through Swiss. It's just that this TV will not. It doesn't like that. It just doesn't. It refuses to display a picture. So we're not even going to go there. Save. Whoops. Oh, fuck. It's very hard to play this game with one hand. Yeah, I suck. Alright. Well, that's basically it. There is no on-screen display menu for this board. He was trying to keep it down cheap as possible. The most expensive part on here is the FPGA from DigiKey. It's $8.05. All in all the parts on here came to about I think it was about $16 or $17. So total cost of shipping for everything was $25. That's like final cost. Like that's how much I pay. You know, that's really cheap. Considering the fact that this one is $70 shipped, and you buy it and you flash it, and then you try to use it on your TV and it doesn't work, and then you get all pissed off because you can't use it on TV and you have to go out and buy a goddamn monitor. You know, I mean, if I would have known about it, I probably wouldn't have bought this board. He does state that there is not compatible with a lot of displays. But he had a workaround where you put a 100 ohm resistor between DDC plus 5 volts and the Von Reg pin right there. And it's supposed to improve compatibility, but in my case it didn't improve anything. But the thing I really love about this board is the on-screen display menu. If this board had the on-screen display menu, it would be absolutely perfect. They still suffer from both the same problem, though. They still have no sound through the HDMI connector. You have to use a fiber optic transmitter, optical transmitter, if you want sound. That's what that sound bar is sitting across there. All the sound you hear is coming from the Shuriken device. So, I mean, this thing was pretty cool. It really, kind of blew my mind. I thought it would be exactly like the Pluto board, which it's not. I thought this video was going to be really, really short, but it really was. This was a cool little build. I'm not going to be making any more of these. If I would make any more of these, it'd probably be a different design. He has a V. This is a V1. He has a V2. The V2. The only difference between the V1 and the V2 is just the shape of it. He had a. If you look at the pins there, that's where you connect up to the Gamecube. They match up to the Gamecube's digital slot after you pull the connector, get the connector off. They're a little bit offset. They're not a one, if you put them on top of it, they don't line up like 1-1. It's a little bit off. I used wires. They're very, very, very short though. I say about a 1/4 inch. His idea was to use pins, pegs, male crimp connectors. I don't know, but he was gonna sell this thing with them already installed in each one of the holes, and then when you get it in the mail or whatever, you would have your digital port already and removed, and then you just plop this right there and just solder all the pegs in. It never went through. He never. I don't think he ever sold any of them. He just made his files public, and you can go out and build your own, which I did. But this thing was really cool. It's really cheap, and compared to a $300 component cable, I would buy this any day. So yeah, that's the Shuriken video version 1. Now, but will there be a part 3? Yes, there will be a part 3. I'm kind of going backwards here. This came out, the Pluto board design came out later. Then this came out, a few months later after he based his design off of the Pluto board. The next one is going to be the GC Video Lite, which was the very first clone component device. That outputs component signals and RGB, and I think you can do VGA too. I got to check that, but yeah, it's mostly used for component. It's a little bit bigger than this. We're completely getting out of DVI. This is just going to be component video. It also has an option for fiber optic out. So I don't know when I'm going to be doing this project. It's whenever I get it in the mail. I bought it from a member. I will probably be installing it into probably either this Gamecube or another Black Wasp Fusion I have. And I think I have one down there too. But I don't know. I'll figure it out later. But I mean, yeah, this device is really, really cool. I'll put a link in the description for my for sale page if you like to buy this device. But I only have one, and I'm not building anymore. So don't ask me to build anymore. I will not build anymore. It's a lot of trouble. It took me the first try about 4 hours to build this thing. And the second and third try, I got it down to 2. You still got to program it yourself. That's why you see these solder blobs right here on on Con 4. My programmer is a clone, so I have to solder the JTAG connectors in because the real connectors, like they use header pins, they just never worked. They never made a good connection, so I just rip them off and I just solder in the wires to where I need, when I need to program something. But yeah, I mean, this thing's really cool. And that is part 2 of my clone component devices. Stay tuned for part 3. It might be a couple months, but just keep an eye out, and hopefully, and maybe there will be a part 4. Who knows? See ya.